Happy 4th of July, everybody. It's Good Time Gal. So, 4th of July also lands on National Spare Ribs Day. You know that is not a coincidence. So, I decided to show you guys how I do my spare ribs. Now, some of us like to use the grill, and some of us like to use the oven. I prefer the oven. So this recipe can be used during the holidays or if you're just in the mood. And it's a really easy way to do it. So let's start. All right, so the trick to my ribs is that I like to slow cook them at a temperature that I increase slowly over a period of time, like 2 to 3 hours, and they come out super tender, super wonderful. So these are my spare ribs. I like to do Chinese style spare ribs. I have not seasoned them yet because I want you guys to see the whole process, okay? And I use quite a lot of seasoning because seasoning is life. Please, if you don't have any seasoning, actually in my Good Time Gal cookbook, there is a list of basic seasonings that you can start and work your way up. But so usually, I just have tons of them. So what we will do is, instead of me listing them off now, is we'll just prepare the ribs, okay? So my ribs have already, and then I set them aside, I pat them dry. If you have been following me this week, we have been doing steam packet cooking, right? Where we cook things in a packet. This is kind of going to be similar to how I do my ribs. I usually put my ribs in a foil packet and it holds that good juice in. That's what you want. So another thing that I like to do is I like to actually season the foil. I know, that's what we do. So I'm going to start with some pork spice rub, and I just do this. I'll say what I'm using so you guys see it. A little bit of chopped chives. And this way it seasons the back so I don't have to keep turning it. White pepper. Oh yeah, white pepper's in the house. A little Italian seasoning, because Italians be in everything for no reason. I'm gonna use the wood fire garlic. This is really good stuff. I love this. So I'm gonna yes, I like that smell. Parsley flakes. Garlic powder. A little ground paprika. And this is not smoked, this is just the regular, because remember I use the smoked garlic. I'm going to use the Lowry's seasoning salt. Lowry, a little bit. You see what I'm doing? I'm just doing a little bit, but it's starting to make enough, and that's why I'm doing it this way. Of course, Old Bay is in there. He's for seafood, poultry, salads, and meats. So don't come calling me, okay? He is real. So then we got Old Bay. Then of course mine. This is my Good Time Gal pork rub. So I like to, build on flavor, y'all. And then I'm gonna do a little bit of liquid smoke. And then a little splash of Worcester. All right. And then I just lay the ribs on top of the seasoning. And then we're going to start all over again. And you don't have to put it in order because it doesn't matter, but that's what you do. So however you did it at the bottom, just reverse. I want you to notice I don't have any salt in here, do I? No salt. Because it's not usually needed. Chives. The pork rub. A little white pepper. Never hurt nobody. And then my wood fried garlic. And don't be afraid to use it, you know, coat it, coat your meat. Coat your meat with the seasoning. But don't go crazy, right? And then a little paprika, nothing major, just a little more Lowry's. And my seasoning, Good Time Gal pork rub. And then liquid smoke. Just enough. Worcestershire sauce, just enough. I'm out of brown sugar, but I'm gonna use me some syrup because it should do just fine. What's gonna bring all of these flavors together is now we're gonna add fresh garlic. And I just like to lay it on top. So we just keep adding it. Now that we have them beautifully dressed, we are going to be putting these in the oven at 325 for 45 minutes. And then once we get them out of the oven, we're going to bring that up to 350. We're going to glaze it with some barbecue sauce, and then we're going to cook it for an additional hour. All right, they're ready. I will see you when they're done. The foil. Look how nicely that came out. So now we add Now it goes back in the oven. We're gonna up it to 375 for 20 minutes. It has been off, and these are the product of our ribs. We are going to add one. All right, the ribs are ready after 5 minutes of the broiler. We did it! Yay! I am so proud of you. Happy National Spare Ribs Day. That's my oven, so you know what that means. It's time to go. Please be sure to check out my cookbook, Good Time Gal, on Amazon.com. And as I say, happy cooking.